Good evening, dear friends. It's 7 p.m. Moscow time, and it means that our festival continues. Here is Guzel Kostina and Sergey Kostina. Good evening. Hello. Meet our sunshine, our little vixen, Elena Golofaeva. Hello, dear friends. First of all, I'd like to say thank you to organizers of such a wonderful event. It's an honor for me to be among such gifted experts. Thank you for the possibility to be at this festival as a listener and to get a charge of positive and inspiration. Let me introduce myself. I'm Elena Golofaeva. I'm the author and creator of Teddy Bears and Their Friends. Here you are some of my crafts. So let me tell you what we are going to talk about today. The power of inspiration. Teddy magicians, who are they? The very beginning, a trip to the past. I'll show you a workshop for nose modeling using a cold curing resin. Also, I'll tell everyone about my new video tutorial about how to make a raccoon, which I've prepared special for that festival. But first of all, let me speak about myself. I'm the author and creator of vintage teddy bears and their friends. I've been making teddies for more than 5 years. Regularly, I take part in theme-based international exhibitions. Some of my creatures live in private collections all over the world. How did I start my way in handicraft? Okay, since the age of 5, I've been doing needlework and I adore it a lot. First, I needlework for dolls, then for my friends' children, and then for children of my own. This is my daughter on a photo in a costume I made myself, and a bolero I made for me, and also a little dress for a teddy bear. Once I saw in the internet works by Samantha Luterotti and by other authors as well, in the same manner. They were simple knitted toys, but I fell in love with them and I wanted immediately to do something like this. I found a scheme how to knit a bunny and I knitted my very first teddy bear by that scheme. These are Samantha Luterotti works. This is how my first creatures looked like. I fastened arms, legs and the head by buttons. Then I started to make spring joints, the same as for real teddies. I cannot take a teddy bear making courses this time because I was on maternity leave with 2 babies and I cannot leave them for long. My youngest son was only a baby, but I found a video tutorial for making a teddy bear by Guzel Kostina in the internet. I bought it with a great pleasure, and Guzel became my first real teacher in this handicraft. I sincerely thank her for that. These bears were sewn after that video tutorial. Since that time I studied a lot, I learned by making mistakes. Here is a photo of teddy bear I made after successful training by Elena. These are some of my recent works. And now the point of all these discussions, the power of inspiration, magicians of teddy bears. Who are they? An inspiration is an energy everyone takes from different sources. There are lots of them. And I'd like to share with you one. I'm talking about people who inspires me. And my handicraft life changed and I'm grateful for that. I mean my teachers. First of all, an inimitable Guzel Kostina. She opened a door into the teddy bear world for me. Thanks to her, I've managed to learn many professional techniques Guzel shared in video tutorial about how to sew a teddy bear, despite of the fact that I couldn't go anywhere because I had children. That tutorial was a real discovery to me, like a new magic world, like an explosion of emotions and self-confidence and a huge charge of inspiration. Some years passed, my kids grow up a little, so I can live for long with grannies. And Gemma Kaj, fabulous woman, became my first offline teacher. That time she gave her workshops in Moscow, so I visited them all. Gemma shared her techniques and secrets. I still practice them regularly, so I thank you for that from the whole heart. Wonderful Svetlana Gumennikova. I visited her online lessons and I've got new experience as well. Charming Irina Kunach. Her workshop about how to make a pattern from a plastiline model gave an excellent base for me. So now it's not an issue how to make a pattern either for a teddy bear or for a teddy doll. Shining Ludmila Danodina. After I visited her workshop, all pieces of how not to be afraid of toning have been fallen into place. So I can do everything. Unbelievable Irina Boucher. She is a wonderful woman and expert. Her professional artist's vision is so unique that her workshop was a great discovery to me. I know many teddy bear makers don't familiar with the history of teddy bear. Would you like me to tell it to you? Let's start. An issue about where exactly teddy bear was born is still open. There are two main legends about how it was born, and both of them started in 1902. One of them is about the 26th US President Theodore Roosevelt and his favorite hobby, hunting. One day, he went to solve the conflict between the two states, Mississippi and Louisiana. They were hunting in his schedule as well as all other business. During the hunt, he found nothing but a little bear cub. Roosevelt couldn't kill a poor animal. That action was promoted in mass media, and Americans appreciated their president's kindness. November the 16th, 1902, Clifford Berryman published a picture depicting a president refusing to shoot a bear cub. Morris Mitchum, the owner of a candle store in Brooklyn, originally from Odessa, saw this picture in newspaper, and as a true businessman, he decided to benefit from the occasion, saw a teddy bear and sell it. His wife Rose sold a toy from fabric skirts with button eyes stuffed with sawdust. To attract customers, a sewed teddy bear appeared in shop window with an article from newspaper and inscription below it, Teddy's bear. In time, letter S got lost, so it became just Teddy. The sale of bears was brisk. Morris and Rose started to sew teddy bears. There is a legend that Morris wrote a letter to the White House with a request to name his bears after the president, and he even got an answer. I'm not sure that using my name will bring a success to the bear production, but as far as you insist, so yeah, you can name a bear after me, Theodore Roosevelt, 1903. Roosevelt chose a teddy bear as a mascot for his president election campaign. Unfortunately, Maurice and Rose didn't patent their idea. In Germany, teddy bears were patented in 1901. Do you know the Margaret Steffes story? The story number 2 is about a woman with a strong spirit. In her childhood, she contracted a polio and she used a wheelchair for life. Unfortunately, any treatment was useless for her. But the determined girl went to school and demonstrated her excellent possibilities to study. When she started attending a seamstress school, her relatives were anxious that she couldn't manage to study. When Margaret wasn't able to turn the hand wheel of sewing machine, she turned it and started to turn it by her left hand. She became a wonderful seamstress. In 1879, a women's magazine, Dame Maud Evelt, proposed to women a hobby: to sew a felt baby elephant. A description of a pattern were attached. Margaret liked this idea a lot. She sewed 8 little elephants' needle holders as gifts for Christmas. They were so cute that kids started to play with them. They used them as pack animals, fastened trolleys to them. They were so excited, especially they were glad that elephants were soft, because at that time many toys were made from wood and porcelain, no pleasure to hug it. Soon after Christmas, people started to ask elephants in a store, so seamstresses started to make elephants anytime. That they've got the idea to sell them in a fair. In 1902, Richard Steff, the nephew of Margaret, was searching for a new prototype of the soft toy for the following project. He came to a circus to see trained animals. There she saw trained bears walking upright, and she got an idea to create a bear looking like a doll and standing upright with a head and paws moving. Yeah, and with glass eyes too. When Richard materialized the idea on a sketch, he showed it to Margaret. She felt skeptical about it. She supposed a market would not accept such an expensive animal. That was a huge risk, and her company wealth could be ruined. Anyway, she confided him and saw the bear. And Richard learned it to move paws, inventing joints for paws with threads. New samples Margaret made herself. In 1907, 400 factory workers together with 1,800 home workers produced 974,000 bears. Only the best is good enough for children. Margaret Stave chose a motto of her life herself. Let me finish a little trip to the history. Everyone who is interested in these stories in details can read them in the internet. Now we came to practice of our today's performance. Are you ready for a little workshop? We are going to model a nose from the self-hardening plastic for a kitten in 10 steps. Materials we need: stretch film, self-hardening plastic, la doll, stacks, needle doll, acrylic pin paint, stuffed full head, dressmaker pins, acrylic gloss varnish, watercolor pencils, I have a gray and pink ones, a container with water, brush number 1. Step 1. Wrap a stretch film around the head and secure it with 2 or 3 dressmaker pins. Step 2. Take a little piece of self-hardening plastic material, clay, roll a ball and stick it to the place where the nose is supposed to be. Step 3. Make recesses where the nostrils will be with a stack. Step 4. Form the nose with a stack and smooth the clay with a wet brush. Step 5. Use a dull needle to form a groove on the bottom of the nose. Step 6. The finished nose should be dried at room temperature for 24 hours. Step 7. After drying, paint the nose by pink acrylic paint. Step 8. Use watercolor pencils, gray and pink, to tint the nose. Step 9. Cover the nose with acrylic lacquer. Step 10. Finished nose should be fixed with the super glue. This is how a kitten's snout looks like with the nose we made. This is the end of our workshops. These are my students' crafts and these are my students' references. And now let me present you with a new tutorial, Making Charlie the Raccoon. This is a training course is designed for beginners and professionals. What we will learn: how to put all pattern pieces and cut out them to make fur laid beautifully, naturally and equal. How to do quality seams treatment, reinforcement, stuffing, trimming and paint making on the legs, tail enforcing and fixing, leg fixing, the way to enforce, trim and stuff paws, ear trimming, head stuffing, modeling, painting and fixing the nose, embroidering the mouth, trimming. We learn to fix eyes and fix eyelids. We learn to fix a head and stuff a body. We know how to decorate paws, ear fixing. And the final stage is tinting. I'll show how to avoid mistakes. You'll save a lot of time. I'll share with you all my secrets and several years of experience in making signature toys. You'll sew your raccoons even if you haven't sewn before. You can walk anytime you want, and there are no boundaries in time. You walk any place you want. You will not miss nothing in a volume of all this information. The tutorial is well detailed. After the payment confirmation, you'll get a link to download our videos. The cost of this video tutorial is €39.50 or $43.90. Thanks everyone to your attention. Thank you very much for being with me. Thanks to organizers for that meeting. Have a good evening. Goodbye. Thank you very much, Elena. Thank you so much. A wonderful performance and wonderful speech. Now I'm going to demonstrate you how to buy the tutorial. Here is our page. A banner is on the left. See that raccoon? Press the banner Buy Now. You are on a page with the description of the tutorial and all lessons. And here is the button Buy Now. Now you are on a page of sales. Choose PayPal, or you can input all your credit cards data and PIN code. Thank you very much for being with us today. Thank you for your attention, and we'll see you tomorrow, the same place, the same time, and 7 p.m. Moscow time. Goodbye!